everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm sharing cutting of skater dress. Basically skater dress is a short dress with a fitted bodice and a circle skirt, and for that I'm using this French crepe fabric. This is 4 meter of fabric. So let's begin with the cutting. For cutting I'll begin with the cutting of bodice, and I have taken the length of my bodice, which is 13.5 inch, and I have added around 1 inch of seam allowance, and I have cut it out from the fabric. So now I'll mark the measurements. So firstly I'll mark the vertical points. From the top, mark a point at ½ inch, and from this point, this is for the seam allowance, and from this point I'll go 6.5 inch downwards, and I have marked the point. Again from this point I have marked the point at 7 inch. This is the waist point, and now I'll extend these points. In my measurement, shoulder is 13.5 inch and half of it is 6.75, so I have marked the point at 6.75 inch, and I'll mark the same point on the bust line, and I'll join these points. Now for bust measurement, add 2 inch of ease in your bust measurement and divide it by 4. Like in my measurement, bust is 32 inch, 32 plus 2 is 34, and dividing it by 4 I'll get 8.5 inch. So I have marked a point at 8.5 inch. And similarly for waist, add 2 inch of ease in your waist measurement and divide it by 4. In my measurement, waist is 26 inch, 26 plus 2, that is 28 inch, and dividing it by 4 I'll get 7 inch. So I have marked the point at 7 inch, and now I'll join these points with a curved ruler. Now from this point, go 1 inch inwards and mark the point, and join these points. For neckline, from the center, go 3 inch inwards and mark the point, and from this point take the depth of your neckline, which is 6 inch for both front and back in my measurement, and again from this point I'll go 3 inch inwards, and I've marked the point, and now I'll join these points to form a rectangle. For shoulder slope, from this point go ½ inch downwards and mark the point and join these points. Now for darts, from the top, mark a point at 10.5 inch, which is apex point in my measurement, and from the center mark a point at 3.5 inch. So this is the dart point. And now on waistline, from the center mark a point at 3.5 inch and join these points. From this point, go ½ inch on both sides and mark the point. and join both points with this point. So this is the dart, and now for seam allowance I'll leave around 2 inch of fabric, and I will join these points too. For neckline I'll make the round shape, and now I'll make the armhole curve. So the marking of bodice is completed, and now I'll cut it. For front armhole curve, firstly I'll separate the back bodice, and again I'll fold the front, and now I'll cut the front armhole curve. So this is the bodice for my dress, and now I'll cut the skirt. Now before cutting the skirt on the fabric, I'll just explain it on the paper. Let's say this is the fabric, then you need to fold it once like this. So I folded it once, and now I'll fold it diagonally. So this is how you need to fold the fabric for skirt, for the cutting of skirt. Fold it once like this, and then fold it again diagonally. So this is how we fold the fabric for the cutting of skirt. And now for the marking, from this point I'll mark the radius of the skirt, which I'll just tell you how to calculate in a while. And from these points take the length of the skirt. Let's say this is the length of the skirt, and this is 9.5, and mark the same length point from this point. So now I'll measure the whole length, and from here also it's same, and now I'll mark the same point till the other end. Now I'll join these points. So this is the skirt, and now I'll cut it. So this is the skirt, and now I'll cut it on the fabric. So I folded the fabric once, and now I'll fold it diagonally. So I have folded the fabric, and now I'll mark the measurements. I am making half circle skirt, and to calculate the radius for that, you need to add 2 inch of ease to your waist measurement, or if you want more ease you can add 3 inch of ease. So you need to add ease into your waist measurement and divide it by 3.14, that is pi value. So like in my measurement, waist is 26 inch, 26 plus 2 is 28 inch, and dividing it by 3.14, I'll get 8.91, and I'll take the round figure, that is 9 inch. So the radius for my measurement is 9 inch. So I'll mark a point at 9 inch, the radius for my skirt. So I'll keep the measuring tape on the top and I will mark 9 inch on this side, and I'll mark the same point on the other side, 9 inch, and I'll mark the same point in whole round. So this is the radius for my skirt, and now I'll mark the length. Now for length, deduct body's length out of the full length. Like full length of my dress is 37 inch and the body's length is 13.5 inch. So 37 minus 13.5 is 23.5. So from this point, I'll mark a point at 23.5 inch, and I'll mark the same point from this side. Now I'll measure it from the top. It is 32.5 inch, and I'll mark the same measurement in whole round, 32.5 inch. So I've marked the length for skirt, and now I'll add half inch of seam allowance on the top. And 1 inch of seam allowance for the bottom. So this is the marking for skirt. This is the waist, and this is the bottom, and now I'll cut it. So cutting of my skater dress is completed, and I'll share its stitching in my next video. Thanks for watching. Hope you like this video. If you do, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Till then, take care. Bye bye.